Hi. So today I would love it if all of you joined me on this meditation for interpreters. We're going to try something new and see if it works for everybody. It's a meditation that's titled From Inner Critic to Inner Coach. We're going to shift from self-criticism to self-encouragement, especially during these challenging interpreting assignments. Let's get started. We all have this inner critic as interpreters, right? It's that voice inside our heads that berates us when we mess up on an interpretation. Maybe we'll blank on a term or we feel like we didn't capture the full meaning. This inner critic is there because it thinks it's helping us improve. But often the harsh criticism that we get is doing more harm than good. That leads us to doubt our own abilities. So I want you to take a minute and I want you to think about what your inner critic is saying. What words does it use? Are they cutting? Are they scolding? Are they shaming? When you feel those words in the tone of voice, how does it feel? Does it feel harsh? Does it feel cold? Does it feel sarcastic? What emotions are you feeling? Do you feel shame, embarrassed, hurt? Feel that in your body and allow your inner critic to express itself fully right now. Notice how feeling these things makes you feel. What are you compelled to do when you're feeling these? And truly sit in these emotions and those thoughts. How does it activate your fight, flight, and freeze, shut down? Do you feel right now like you want to run away? Do you want to work through it? Sit in those emotions. Now that you've felt these things, I want us to start thinking about all the things that we tend to do when we start critiquing ourselves. We shut down. We just feel like we can't handle it anymore. Is it too much for us? That we're not good enough, that we can't do this. We'll never be able to do it. We don't want to let our team know that we didn't get that word or we didn't understand that sign, or we don't want the deaf person to think that, or the hearing person to think that we're not competent. We mask all of our vulnerabilities. And again, there's no right or wrong here. What we're doing is we're thinking about it and we're noticing it in practice. Sometimes we may want to run away. So we want to just avoid interpreting altogether. There's been times where, especially as a newer interpreter, I've left an assignment saying, I'll never interpret again. This is not for me. This is something that I can't do. And looking back, I realized that those were the moments that I just wasn't capable enough or experienced enough to handle some of those situations. And emotionally, I was in flight mode. Loss of confidence, the constant inner criticism, this can make us lose confidence. Remember, we are our own best friend. We are our own motivator. And we motivate ourselves through hard times. And if we're the ones that are cutting ourselves down and critiquing ourselves, it may cause us to lose confidence in our own interpreting abilities over time. You also may experience fear and anxiety. You start thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, or I'm not good enough, or this is something that's out of my capacity. And because you have this anxiety and fear, it only builds up, which then can lead to mistakes while interpreting. And this certainly has happened to me, and I think it's definitely happened to many people along the way. So what I want you to do is just hold those things that could happen as a result of your inner critic while you're interpreting a hard assignment. So there's shutting down, there's hiding, there's running away, there's that loss of confidence, and there's that fear and anxiety. So I want you to think about those things and recognize them if they do show up in your interpreting assignments. Thankfully, we all have this inner coach inside us. So we have this coach, this encouraging voice that offers words of support whenever assignments get difficult, who says things like, you got this, don't be so hard on yourself, you'll do better next time, you're going to work hard at this. You've been putting in the time. You have people around you who are supporting you and who care about you. You care about the quality of your work and you're learning from this process. The problem is sometimes your inner coach tends to stay quiet, but what really comes through is that inner critic. Typically we focus on the negative and not the positive. And so what we see is all the things that we've done wrong, and we don't focus on all the things that we've done right. What I want to do now is I want you to think about this as an opportunity to tap into your inner wisdom, your coach who cares about you, who wants to see you succeed, and lean into this now during this meditation and lean into it while you're interpreting on the job. So what I want you to do now is I want you to find a comfortable space, sitting upright and relaxed. And I want you to bring attention to your breath. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Don't change anything. Just be present in your body, both feet on the floor, grounded. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now I want you to think about an interpreting assignment where you were very critical about your performance. This could be an assignment where maybe you blanked on a sign, you couldn't think about it, or you felt like you didn't accurately convey an emotional tone, or maybe you felt flustered when things started getting a little bit complex. See if you can revive that scenario, remembering all the sensory details, and take yourself back to that moment. I'll give you a little bit of time. Now I want you to think about that time, but instead of your inner critic, I want you to think about your inner wisdom coach. I want it to encourage you every step of the way on the job. Maybe the outcomes were the same, but now notice with that inner coach, your best friend, someone that cares about you, what would they say to you? How would they guide you? Would their tone be compassionate? Would it be gentle? Would it be supportive? Would they give you advice on how to make it through or how to manage the challenges for next time? I want you to let these kind of words soak in now. Integrate that feeling inside your body. How do you feel when you think about those kind, compassionate words to yourself from your inner wisdom coach as you're thinking about a challenging assignment? Does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel supported? Does it make you feel calm? Sit with these feelings for a little bit. Does it make you feel braver, knowing that you're facing some of the things that have come up without going into fight, flight, freeze, or flee? Do you feel more energy? Take a couple deep breaths. Integrate this new support that you have from your inner wisdom coach. And when you're ready, open your eyes and allow awareness to return back to the room.